They say that the girl that was driving the car had no permission to drive it?
That's what I'm seeing here.
Dang.
So it looks like they may or may not, from what I can tell, I don't know if they're pursuing criminal charges or not. If they're pursuing criminal charges, then there most likely won't be any coverage here.
You're not sure if she like stole it out of their driveway or something like that?
Something maybe, it looks like maybe they could have been in like an employee or something like that. I'm not too sure. Yeah, it's a bit confusing. Just looks like we're trying to verify like who the actual owner is and stuff like that. Looks like the vehicle may have been owned by a former business. I don't know if it was the insurance business or not, but it looks like it's pretty complicated.
That's probably where the rental comes in, because the police report said it was a rental car, so maybe that's the previous company that sold it to your insured, but it didn't recalculate yet, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you need a statement from this driver that caused the accident, or?
We might need a statement, we might not. It just depends on, I guess further investigation here. Coverage. So yeah, I'll definitely notate here and have somebody follow up with you.
Appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Yeah, of course. You take care.
Yeah, you too. Have a good weekend. Okay, so this one is a bit complicated. We have a former client. His girlfriend was in an accident. She was rear-ended by another driver. At the time of the accident, the girlfriend, our client, told the person that rear-ended her, let's just exchange phone numbers and, that you could take care of my damages out of pocket. Well, our client then decided to relent and say, nah, I'd rather just pursue it through the insurance company. So we tried to hunt down this driver that rear-ended her. She was very difficult to contact. We found her on Instagram. We reached out to her. She then had somebody else from a different law firm call us and try to bully us to saying, why are you trying to talk to our client? We called their bluff and said, this isn't your client. You don't represent her for rear-ending somebody. That person from that law firm that was probably doing something off the clock that they weren't supposed to backed down. All of a sudden, this girl that rear-ends our client emails me and says, okay, here's my insurance information through State Farm. We file a claim through State Farm. State Farm comes back to us and says, well, hold on. The vehicle that was in this accident, it appears that it's owned by a rental company and the insurance is Progressive. So we reach out to Progressive and Progressive says, we don't know what you're talking about. This is a personal policy. It's not a rental policy. We then have to dig even more and we find out who owns the car currently, because the police department put that it was a rental company that owned it, when in reality, it's a person. So we then filed a claim with Progressive, and Progressive is now going through this investigation where they're trying to figure out how does this person, how did she get this car to drive around? Because their insured is claiming, as he mentioned, that she didn't have permission to drive the car. Apparently she was an employee and she just took the car. I don't know all the behind the scenes action here. But it's very possible that Progressive comes out now and says, we're denying coverage outright because this person had no permission to drive the car. Well, now we got to go back to State Farm and say, okay, well, you cover her now. Meanwhile, we're 2.5 months into this, waiting for these investigations to go down. Our client is hurt and getting medical treatment. So here we go. This one is quite the interesting one. Hopefully this all gets worked out. God bless you and have a good day. Have a great weekend.